Hello and welcome into Tuesday night's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. And as your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI, I am so enthused to tell Arizona State fans that we're not able to watch this game, or we're not awake to watch this game, or we're just indisposed. That Arizona State defeated the Washington State Cougars 100-94 to advance to the championship game of the Maui Invitational tournament. They have really played some phenomenal basketball over the last 2 weeks, ever since the loss to Gonzaga. Even the loss to Gonzaga was more competitive than many people expected it to be. And before we talk about the two-game run through Maui, just wanted to also bring up that the Arizona State Sun Devils are ranked number 20 in the nation according to the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. Obviously, they aren't in a position to make the playoff without the automatic bid at this point. They kind of did too little too late. I guess there would be an argument had they beaten Mississippi State, had they beaten Houston, and the only blemish was Utah. But if that was the case, they would be in the driver's seat to reach the Big 12 title game once again, I think at least. I'd have to look at potential tiebreakers under that scenario, but it's a great time to be a fan of Sun Devil Athletics. The women's basketball team moved to 6-0 for the first time since the 1991-92 season, I believe, on Tuesday night with a huge victory over Utah Tech. And it's just a phenomenal time to be a fan of Arizona State in general, and we will talk about that a little more in tomorrow's edition of the podcast. But as for now, I really wanted to talk about some standout players, some things that I noticed from Coach Hurley, and really my ultimate take on what I've seen from the Sun Devils 7 games into the men's basketball campaign. So we all know 87-86 victory over Texas on Monday night. It extended into Tuesday morning, and at least in Arizona. And Mo Odom, what can you say? What more can you say about the senior point guard? 36 points, which was a career high. He made 6 3-pointers on 12 attempts. He comes back against Washington State, scores 26 points on only 9 shot attempts. 5 for 7 from 3-point range. Made all 9 of his free throws. Arizona State was much, much, much better from the free throw line today. They only missed 6 free throws. They shot 23 of 29 altogether. And there's just so much to like about this Arizona State team. It's a shame that VJ Wallace is out for the season, because he really could have solidified the wing position that they so desperately needed to be solidified. It's a shame that Dante Holloman is still out, because I really believe that he could complement the backcourt of Mo Odom, Pig Johnson, Noah Mayosin, and Bryce Ford very, very well. I think that would be as dynamic of a guard rotation as there is in the Big 12, honestly. Like, when you look at the skill set, the amount of guys that can put the ball on the floor, the shooting ability, the ability to play offense with intention. I don't think any of those guys are especially selfish. I mean, you look at the shot distribution in tonight's game, and Bryce Ford was the leader in shot attempts with 11. Everybody that played more than 5 minutes in the game had at least 4 shot attempts. So anywhere between 4 and 11 shot attempts. Marcus Adams Jr. only played 3 minutes, and he took 2 free throws. He went to the free throw line once. And that's another thing. Marcus Adams Jr. really hasn't had an opportunity to break out so far. He has played in all 7 games so far, but he's only averaged about 10 minutes per game. And it just seems like he hasn't really been too comfortable in the system so far. It seems like he's still trying to get his feet under him, because he came back from an off season lower leg injury. Uh, that's understandable, but I really do think that Arizona State is going to need Marcus Adams to break out uh, in the coming weeks, especially in Big 12 play, because it's Santiago Truett and Gerbovich are both quality wing players, but they operate more as bigs than wing players, even though they're both somewhat playing wing roles. Um, Arizona State needs the depth down low because really the only guy that's playing in the center spot outside of Masamba Diop is Alan Mukeba, and he is a great player. He's very, very strong, but he's undersized for that role. And you are probably not going to get by with that too much unless you are playing a team such as a Utah. I mean, even Utah has some skilled bigs in depth in those rooms, but when you're going against Kansas with Bryson Tiller, with Flory, when you're going against BYU, when you're going up against Houston with Chris Sinak, Arizona with Koa Pete, you need more depth down low, and they need more than just Diop and Alan Mukeba in those spots. So Marcus Adams is really paramount for him to step up in the coming weeks, at least to me. Um, Arizona State's defense, I can't harp on it too much because they ultimately won both the Texas and the Wazoo games. But they did show a little bit of weakness. I mean, Ace Glass, a dynamic freshman from California on Washington State, went for 40 points, which is obviously a career high for him. He's played very, very well this season so far, but this was truly his breakout game after starting the season a little quiet. Uh, yeah, the defense has been a little lackluster so far in Maui, but offenses are reigning supreme too, so that has to come in mind. But realistically, I know Coach Hurley is going to harp on uh, crisper defensive rotations, better communication, uh, boxing out, avoiding allowing the opposing team to get second chance buckets. I believe, yeah, Washington State got 9 offensive rebounds in this game. Arizona State got 8. And Washington State got how many second chance points? I believe Washington State had the advantage in second chance points. So, need to clean a couple of things up. But ultimately, offensively, I love what they're doing. Ultimately, there is a question as to whether they will become too dependent on Pig Johnson, Bryce Ford, and Mo Odom to generate offense. The three of them. The fact that those are the main 3 guys in every single game that typically step up in the scoring department. But I felt great about what I saw from the rest of the team. Noah Mausen had his best game in his young collegiate career. 8 points, he hit 2 threes. Alan Mukeba, again, a force down low. He's not afraid to take threes either. He's not afraid to space the floor out. He's not afraid to get down low and use his shoulder. He has a pretty soft touch down low. Masamba Diop had a really, really good offensive game, I think. Truett and Gerbovich are still coming along a little bit, but they've shown promise. And I really, really like what they're doing offensively, like I said. The inside-out game between Odom and Diop. Bryce Ford as a catch-and-shoot player and also using him off the dribble, using Pig Johnson off the bench as a spark plug. I'm kind of surprised that Pig doesn't really take many threes. His 3-point volume isn't really good because he isn't really high because he's a very good shooter. But I love the way they're using him regardless as a slasher, as an initiator, drawing contact, getting to the free throw line. Gerbovich using him as a stretch 4 pretty much. I just love the intention that they're offensive sets really have displayed this season for the most part. And the offense has really, really looked pretty strong outside of about 3 halves of this season, which that's really good. If 11 good halves of offense out of 14 so far this season, relative to what was expected of them, I will take that every single time. And to wrap up today's episode, Arizona State plays later on Wednesday, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tip-off between Arizona State and USC for the Maui Invitational Tournament Championship. And that will be on ESPN. It will be a very, very intriguing battle. This is another opportunity for Arizona State to get a big win in building up their potential tournament case. And it's another game against a former Pac-12 foe, which adds another layer of intrigue to it. So that is really all I have for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, as you do each and every day, I will have another episode ready for Thanksgiving. Still finalizing my plan for that show, but thank you for tuning in for all of them, no matter what. And I will see you then. Thank you so much.